What's up, y'all? Welcome. I ain't got no neck. These work shirts that they gave us got thick collars. I ain't had no neck before that, so it looks even worse. I ain't got no neck. You see that? Oh, there goes son. Anywho's, look, I want to say that when it comes to your daily life and when it comes to you expressing yourself, be willing to make a speech. What I mean by make a speech is be willing to say all that you intend to say. Be willing to say all that you need to say. Be willing to say all that you want to say with the intention of not leaving anything unsaid. So when I say make a speech, I mean whenever you speak, whenever you talk about anything to anyone at all, say all that you have to say with the intention of walking away or leaving with nothing unsaid. But if you're like me, there's always at least 1 or 2 things that you forget to say. So even in casual conversation, some people may not like that. That's what people be so surprised at the way I speak, is because I usually don't say much first. But if people want to start talking to me, we can talk. I just don't do a bunch of shallow monkey business, you know? So when people see that I don't talk much and then they start a conversation with me, then they see how much I have to say about any subject, they be surprised that I speak that much because they don't see me talking about silly things, you know? You know how people have a bunch of small talk to talk for talking's sake? I don't do that often. I do it here and there, but I don't do it that often. So I make speeches when I speak to people. And if you're in the middle of one of your speeches while you talk to somebody and somebody cuts you off, don't get offended. Just tell them I'm not done yet. Or tell them to hold on. Or tell them to wait. Most folks cut most folks off in conversation somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? Because most of us naturally are ambush listeners. So as soon as we hear something that we feel that we may relate to, we're waiting for our turn to comment on that. So as soon as a person take a pause within their speech, you're going to jump right in and try to say what you need to say. So that's my video. Oh yeah, and don't worry about what people think of you. Just worry more about being honest. Don't worry about saying everything perfectly. Because if you know what you're talking about, folks will have some sort of idea what you're talking about too. Unless you're just a really scattered, unless your speech and your thoughts are very scattered, or if you just not living in reality and you be talking about things that have nothing to do with nothing at all, then most folks, if you could say some words and you might misuse words and people still know what you mean. So don't worry about that. Just focus on being honest and then focus on getting it out there. Just remember that you talk to somebody. But be willing to make a speech. I make speeches all the time, okay? Outro.